Hi guys, this is Inter with a redstone video today. What I've got to show you is a 2 wide slime block elevator which works in 1.9. Now the designs I came up with before didn't work in 1.9 because they've changed the way that slime block elevators work. But if we come in here, press the button, we can just stand anywhere we want and we get ejected all the way up to the top. It's very simple, it has a modular design so each level is exactly the same. As you can see, it doesn't use too much redstone. I originally came up with this idea of a 2 wide elevator by adapting a few videos which I'd seen on YouTube, and that worked out fine in 1.8.9, but in 1.9 they've actually changed the way that slime blocks bounce you up. You can now get ejected up 6 blocks instead of the 5 which was the limit in the previous version of Minecraft, which meant I had to redesign the entire thing and start pretty much from scratch. Just before we start the tutorial, I wanted to acknowledge the 2 YouTubers whose builds gave me the inspiration for this design. Fenno came up with the original idea of a 2 wide slime block elevator that can move you up or down with a button press on each side, and Mumbo Jumbo adapted this design, and it was from his world download that I started the original build. Now the redstone in this design bears very little resemblance to either of those two, but I just wanted to acknowledge their work, and so links to both of their videos will be found in the description. To get started on this build, you want to make yourself a hole which is 4 blocks wide, 5 blocks long and 3 blocks deep, and also take out these first 2 blocks at the front here. Place 2 furnaces in that space and also place 2 furnaces on each side just here. Then you want to come down, you want to put just a block here to help you out, then a sticky piston facing upwards, a slime block on the top and a slime block on the side like this. It's also helpful now, I think, just to put in another 2 furnaces there, and that's all the furnaces you need. Then when you just come around to the front, you just want to make sure you're placing blocks on top of this bit and go 3 high like so. Finally, just add a button just here on the right hand side, and that's going to be your input for the redstone. Next, come around behind your build and place 2 solid blocks, one on either side of those last 2 pistons. This is where your button is, and you want to place 2 bits of redstone dust just so you can take an input across both of those. Now on the right hand side one, you want to place a sticky piston facing down with a redstone block on it. Now we want to come up next to this piston, place a solid block there next to it, and then come back and make a little L shape like so. You want 3 pieces of redstone dust and then a repeater going into there. This set up this first bounce pad, and so if we come over here, press the button, we get bounced up into the air. Perfect. So before we hook in any of the redstone for the next layers, we just need to make sure we have the pistons in place. Take 2 solid blocks and go up 1 more on either side on the edge here, then in the middle on the right hand side place a sticky piston facing up with a furnace next to it. Then we want to go around the back here, just place a solid block down and then a sticky piston facing forwards. Then place 2 slime blocks on both of those pistons. You can get rid of this block now because you don't need it. Then we want to place furnaces on this side and another furnace on the top of each one, and furnaces on the top of the slime blocks. Can then come up again with our solid blocks. Make it 3 just to be on the safe side. So to link up our 2 levels, we're going to take an output from this line of redstone here. Place 2 more blocks next to it like so, place 1 place of redstone dust to extend the line out, and a repeater set to 4 ticks just here. Then we're going to have that going into a block, and on top of that block a redstone torch, block on the top, and a block at the side. That's going to have a repeater coming out of that, going into another block. It's going to have a redstone torch, another block, then a redstone torch at the side, the block on top. So this block's going to be powered, and then we're going to have a sticky piston facing down with a redstone block on the top of that. Now when this thing goes, it's going to push this entire set, including this sticky piston, in here, so this block is the one we want to be powered. In order to do that, we take a line out, make our L shape once again, but this time we want a repeater set to 4 ticks going out of the redstone block, 2 pieces of redstone dust, and another repeater set to 4 ticks going into this block. So when this block retracts, it's going to push this in, then the redstone block's going to come back down again and power this block while this one is still in here. That's going to then push you upwards as you go through. So we press our button, get ejected up, and ejected up the second time. So from the front, your third layer is going to look exactly the same as the second. We have the upwards facing sticky piston, 2 slime blocks on top, connected to the forward facing sticky piston with furnaces all around. Now if we come around to the back, what we're trying to do is link up this part of the redstone to this part of the redstone here. Now that can be done down the bottom using a repeater, but here we're going to use a redstone torch. Then we're going to have a block on top of that, a redstone torch on top of that block, and another block on the top of that with a block at this side. That's going to have a repeater coming out of it, but this one now needs to be set to 2 ticks. That's going to be going into a block here, redstone torch on the top, block on top of that redstone torch, and another redstone torch coming off the side, the block on top. Then we want to place our sticky piston facing downwards with the redstone block on top of it, and just like before we have our L-shaped line with the repeater coming out set to 4 ticks and the redstone dust set to 4 ticks. The 4th layer is exactly the same as the 3rd layer, so I'm probably just going to put that one in now so that it matches up with this one, and then I'll do the final layer to show you exactly how we finish this off. So now your 4th layer, or however many you want, is in place. We can now start the top layer. Now this 3rd block up from the last furnace, this is going to be where you get ejected to, so just make a little platform here because this is going to be your floor level. The actual sticky pistons themselves are going to be 1 level above and they're going to sort of push you out this direction. Anyway, to link up the redstone, what we want to do is take output from this block here, which should be powered, and then you just want to make a line of half slabs going up the top, just to take us up to the level that we need to get to. Now this shouldn't take too long, you only need about 4 of these, but just to be on the safe side, let's just make sure we go through it. So we got 1, 2, 3, and then finally, whoops, a half slab. Let's try that. A 4th one, taking our level of redstone up. Now you don't need to use half slabs for this, you can use anything you want just to get the line up to the top. Either way, should be fairly straightforward. We then just place 2 solid blocks next to that 4th half slab with redstone on top of them, and then 2 sticky pistons facing forwards with solid blocks on there. And as I said, this is going to be where you get ejected to, so you might just want to build up this little bit just to show you that this is your final layer. So just final demo to show this working, you just walk up, press your button, and you get ejected up to the final level. As a final little thing, you could actually use stairs here if you wanted it as part of the design of your room, if you wanted it to be hidden or anything like that. Stairs work just fine. Alright guys, that's the 2 wide slime block elevator for 1.9. I hope you enjoyed it. If anyone wants to take a look at a redstone, see if they can improve it or see if there's anything that needs to be messed about with to make it faster, then I'm actually going to leave a world download in the description. If you do, just let me know about it. I'll be really curious to see what anyone in the redstone community can come up with. Alright guys, see you next time. Bye!